You've been handed off now from, here's your target. Oh, I got him in sight. He's coming right at us. You got him down low right there?
No.
I would tell Tower you got him in sight because it's a little tight.
Okay. Tower, we have traffic in sight, 106 Romeo Alpha.
Show me over outside, runway 28 right, cleared for the option on the go. Make right close traffic.
Cleared for the option, right close traffic.
Clear for the option, right close traffic, 106 Romeo Alpha.
Okay, let's go back to picking up Delta. Just hit the second radio button again, maybe Tower.
Runway 28 right. Contact clearance delivery for flow to Los Angeles. Call 5 minutes prior to push or taxi. ILS, runway 30, out of service. Taxiway Delta, closed between Taxiway Juliet and Tanker 7. Caution, birds near airport. Advise you have Delta. Oakland HS Delta, 1753 Zulu. Wind 130 at 6. Visibility 10. Few clouds at 3000. Few clouds at 16,000. Temperature 8, 2.3. Altimeter 3021. RNAV and visual approach, runway 30. ILS and visual approach, runway 28 right. Contact clearance delivery for flow to Los Angeles. Call 5 minutes prior to push or taxi. ILS, runway 30,
we're good.
out of service.
Yeah, I mean, really, we should let it go. Just make sure there's not anything crazy in there.
Juliet and
You see the runway we're going for? 28 right.
Lima, full stop, Delta.
Advise you have Delta.
Now you're good.
Lima, tower number 2,
How's my altitude?
Cessna at 2 o'clock,
a little high.
2 miles ahead.
You can start down.
You're number 2, runway 28 right, clear to land. Number 2, 28 right, clear to land. We're looking
Good, you don't want to get too slow this far out. You're still 10 miles out.
What do we tell them now?
Nothing. You're clear for the option, runway 28 right. There's a guy behind you that I just heard check in.
Yep.
So this is runway 28 right. You're going to find Oakland is just badass. The controllers are great. They'll let us do whatever we want on this runway. It's a big runway. It's 5,000 plus feet long, 150 feet wide. The pattern is a right-hand pattern up to 1,000 feet.
Yep.
And the airliners are all over there. You see the Southwest jet just getting ready to roll. So they stay on a different frequency, so you won't hear them.
Got it. So we got a tailwind?
A little bit right now.
I start losing more altitude?
Slowly.
Or is this good?
Struggling over here. Let's do a descent flow check, so we have to enrich in the mixture.
Okay.
And do a before landing checklist.
Descent. I don't see it. Where's it at?
We'll do a flow check. So the flow check that I've taught you should get you through most everything, and you'll just back it up with the checklist. Pressure's good, vacuum.
Pressure's good.
A little bit of, go full rich on the mixture.
Full rich. Okay. Now pre-landing.
Yeah.
In light. Okay.
All right. Let's slow down. We got to power way back. All right, so now do that trading airspeed for angle of attack thing. Good, just slow down up here. Good, perfect, like that. That's going to get you there. Power comes all the way to idle.
Okay.
Then pull out again. It all the way out? Power?
It's out.
Okay, good. Now, below 110, flaps 10.
Below 110, flaps 10.
Don't pitch down for the runway yet. I promise it'll be there when you want it. Good, inside the white arc, flaps full.
Inside the white arc, flaps full.
Good, and now you're going to glide it in at 65. So you're going to find a down line that gives you 65. Try to guess at it. So pitch forward more, forward more, forward more. That looks a little more forward, right there-ish. There you go. Good. Now you're crabbing, but let's crab over the center line.
Okay.
You have plenty of runway.
Where's the traffic we're supposed to be following?
Left or right? Which way am I crabbing?
Well, the wind is from the left. I can tell because the nose is pointed left and you're drifting right.
So I need to crab this way.
So, yeah, you're crabbing perfect. You're pointed over there.
Yep.
Good, and you're traveling a straight line over the ground.
Okay.
Good. Keep flying 65. Just don't flare early. You got plenty of runway here. You got 5,000 feet of runway. Nothing to worry about.
Yep.
Good. Just keep it coming in. Try to figure out what our aiming point is. Looks to me like not the 1,000-foot markers, but those two beyond it.
Yep.
Yeah, good. So keep aiming right toward those. Keep your nose down.
Okay.
Good. When the runway stripe in front of them starts to disappear, not yet, right around now, slowly flare, good. Now wait for it. Every time it sinks, pull. And you could have pulled more. I know that because I can do this, right? If I can pull it off the ground after we've landed, you're not getting rid of all the energy in the wings. Okay, so flaps up, good. Back on the center line.
63 Lima, is this going to be full stop?
Get to center line.
Full stop.
And full power. Good. Engine gauges are good. Pressure's high.
Rotate.
Yeah, go ahead and rotate. Good. Now this is your upwind, so you can use your heading bug for now. Try to stay oriented. In a high wing airplane, you're going to pick a point under the wing before you turn. Do you see that big ornate temple on the hill over there?
Yeah.
Okay. So now, when you get to the field boundary here, where this fence is below you, start a right turn until you see that temple.
Okay.
So start your right turn.
November 6 Romeo Alpha, make a left traffic now, runway 28 left, remain north of runway 30 at all times.
Got that.
Okay, left traffic, runway 28 left, north of 30 at all times, 106 Romeo Alpha, and we'd put a request in for the right as traffic permits for 106 Romeo Alpha.
November 0 Romeo Alpha, November 6 Romeo Alpha, Roger, I'll get you back to the right side shortly.
Thank you, 106 Romeo Alpha. All right, let me show you something. So this is a little tight. I hate working on the left. Because you're so close to the airline runway, there's no crosswind. You're going to take off and do like a pylon turn around that cell tower.
Okay.
And because
right here?
Yeah, basically like this. Because if you get too close to 30 over here, then you set off the airliner TCAS, like the traffic systems.
Wind 140.
The other thing is the pattern is 600 feet on the left. So it's a little tight over here. So because it's tight, what I recommend doing is when you get to the big white hangar, angle out about 20 degrees toward those fuel things right over there to at least give yourself some base, okay?
Right.
They moved you over here because
November 6 Romeo Alpha, runway 28 left, clear for the option. After your option, make right traffic, runway 28 right.
28 left, cleared for the option. After the option, make right traffic, 28 right, 106 Romeo Alpha.
Good, okay, so
November 6 Romeo Alpha, traffic, 3 mile final for the parallel runway at Caravan.
Okay, we're looking, just how we're looking.
We're looking, 6 Romeo Alpha.
Good, start to angle
Caravan,
now.
2 Foxtrot Echo,
Make a power change.
Left, close,
hold your nose up though, don't let your nose go.
Approaching the left gate.
Good.
2 Foxtrot Echo, actually.
Alright, below 110, flaps 10.
Below 110, flaps 10.
Good, now a left turn and flaps 20. Good, power out more, you're going to be high. There you go, like that, good.
Inside the white, flaps 20.
Good, now pitch down on your down line, pitch forward, down, keep your turn coming. You're going to basically turn all the way around to final. That's about the right down line there.
Right.
Go ahead and say in the white arc flaps 30 or flaps full.
In the white arc, flaps full. We're going left, right?
Correct. And 106 Romeo Alpha has a Caravan inside.
Thank you.
Okay, now look for 65 in a glide.
Cessna 63 Lima, turn
You
right
can just
at golf,
aim for the
contact
numbers.
around 0.9.
Right.
Roger, right at golf, contact around 0.9 60 Lima, good day.
Good day.
So there's a little bit of a wind from the left.
Right.
Yeah, good. Keep your flying speed. That's the most important thing. So when you're gliding in, you got plenty of runway. You got to keep the air going over the wings until you're ready to fall. And you're not ready to fall from here because we're 200 feet up.
Yep.
Good. Let me show you what we need here because of the wind. We
You
need a
got it?
little right rudder. Yeah, right rudder, left aileron. So do you feel that right rudder right there?
Yeah.
That's what keeps you straight. And you still have to flare. You're still going to see me hold this off as long as I can. I'm going to pretend like I don't want to land. Every time it sinks, I'm going to pull. Every time it sinks, I'm going to pull. But the goal is to touch that upwind wheel down first, right?
Yeah, that was
then
great.
keep flying it into the wind. Flaps up. Good. Don't give up that nose.
Okay.
And then full power. Keep a little bit of slip in there, so full power. Good, going for the center line. Now you'll, in a crosswind, you lift off the opposite, a little bit of aileron, and then let it sort of crab around. You see how we kind of lift off in a small bank?
Yep.
Okay, good.
What do I do now?
He wants you in right traffic now because your back going to be fine on the right. So remember that ornate temple I told you about? Yep. When you get to the field boundary, the fence.
Caravan 2 Foxtrot Echo, turn right at golf, contact.
Go ahead and turn right until you see the temple.
Southeast 434 Charlie Foxtrot, Oakland, Tower, runway 28 right, cleared land, wind 1508.
28 right, cleared land, thanks, 4 Charlie Fox.
What's my traffic pattern altitude here? 600 again?
1,000 on the right, so keep going up. Perfect. Now you see that temple?
Yep.
That's the trick in a high wing. You have to pick the point before you turn, basically.
I see.
Now when you turn this way, you're going to go right over the estuary. So go ahead and turn right now.
All right. What's an estuary?
It's a little inland tidal lake right here. This is There you go.
Okay.
Keep VY, which is best rate, all the way up to 1,000. Good. Now you're on the right runway. This looks a little more normal.
Okay.
Yep. Let's see here. I'm gonna ask for a short approach because there's traffic on final.
Cessna 6 Romeo Alpha number 2, follow citation, 5 mile final, runway 28 right, cleared for the option. After your option, make right close traffic.
Okay.
Number 2, cleared for the option. After the option, make right close traffic, November 106 Romeo Alpha.
Okay, I was going to try to go in front of this guy, but instead he's going to put us behind him. So go back to your downwind power setting of 21 or 22, a little more than that. So we'll call that your traffic pattern power setting.
Okay.
So now all you really have to do is pitch for level. Good, pitch back a little bit. All right, pull back or pitch up.
What do you mean?
Good, okay, so now you see your target there at 1 o'clock over the mountain.
Yep.
In the clouds. That's a Citation jet. We're going to land behind that aircraft, so for wake turbulence,
yep,
we're going to notice where he touches down, which is most likely on the 1,000-foot markers. Don't do a death by 1,000 cuts descent here.
Yep.
So a little more power, I think, in the pattern. Like get up to a proper 22. That'll help. There you go. Good. So we want to stay above his flight path at all times.
Yep.
So as soon as the aircraft is abeam us, you can tell him traffic in sight, by the way.
Traffic in sight, 106 Romeo Alpha.
Thank you.
All right. So you're number 2 behind that guy. So you are going to turn right when he's abeam so that you stay above his flight path.
Yep.
That'll give us a good shot of where he lands. He's going 120 knots, so I'm not worried about catching up to him. Go ahead and turn right now.
Okay.
Good. That'll keep us above the flight path. As long as we're above the flight path and he's 300 below, then we're going to be fine with the wake. When you get on a right base, which you'll be able to tell because that heading bug will be at your 3 o'clock position, good roll wing, pick your wing up. Good, power back and start to slow down. Do you see the Citation jet?
Yep.
Okay, good. Let's go flaps. Don't turn in yet. Let's go flaps 10 inside, below 110 flaps.
Below 110, flaps 10.
Good, now turn inbound and slow down to your final approach speed. So inside the white arc, flaps full.
Inside the white arc, flaps full.
Pull to stay in the white arc though. There you go. Flaps full. Good, and then you're going to fly 65 on a downline, but notice that we're high, right? Like we're above that flight path, so use power to stay above the flight path. You don't want to sink down into it.
Okay.
A little power in, we're going to land long.
Okay.
And we're going to notice where we see some kind of smoke, or we'll just notice where we think his shadow disappears.
Yep. Where
the shadow meets the plane is probably the 1,000-foot markers.
Which are the big ones?
The big white ones, which is right. Okay, he's on the ground a little early. So as long as you and I touch down at the 1,000-foot markers or beyond,
okay,
we're not in danger of hitting the wake.
Got it.
Good, and this is like slow flight where you're...
4 Charlie Fox will make Juliet signature.
Remember, 4 Charlie Fox, turn right on Juliet, right on Charlie.
Yeah, well, you're pitching for your speed in this configuration. This is the best way to think about it.
4-9 to 4 Charlie Fox.
And we can try thinking about it both ways, but try for now thinking about pitching to speed, powering to altitude. So if you feel high, yeah, go ahead and see what it looks like if you glide. You want to be careful that you don't sink so much you end up, you know, back down where you don't want to be, but that's the only thing. And experiment a little bit with the slip. I know a crab is fine, but try pushing a little rudder and a little aileron, right?
Wow.
Try to get that up here.
Okay.
Yeah, you could glide it in from here. It's not going to be a problem. Good.
Good morning, Oakland Tower.
That's a little too much rudder. So in a slip,
to the northwest at 800. I would like
just
to
enough rudder.
Near airspace southeastbound.
Keep your nose down for flying speed
then
here.
cross the 30 numbers over to southbound.
Okay, land on the right side. That's okay. Just a little left aileron, right rudder. So let me show you this. Left aileron, right rudder will cause the airplane to come back toward the center.
Altimeter 3022.
See how I'm coming back toward the center?
Was I just not giving it enough flaps up?
Yeah, the wind is carrying you a little bit, so
okay.
There you go, full power.
Go back.
We're going to do a low approach on the next one.
I could.
Transition through
I see. So I had
Charlie's approach.
Too much rudder and not enough aileron.
Yeah, which is super common because there's some sort of self-preservation instinct that tells you. Drag that wing on the ground. Keep your best rate all the way up to pattern altitude. There you go, so level off here. Okay, good. Nice, feeling good, feeling in
Number 6 Romeo Alpha, runway 28 right, cleared for the option.
28 right, cleared for the option, 106 Romeo Alpha.
Alright, good. So we got it all to ourselves. Let's do a power off approach on this one.
Okay.
So when you get to the abeam position, just power to idle. Wait for a moment before you go flaps 10, but you're looking for 85 on a downline, then 75, then 65.
Got it. Okay, now?
Yep. Power to idle.
Under 110, flaps 10.
Good. And then gas on your downline. Go ahead and push forward a little more. Right about there-ish.
Okay. A
little too much. It's about 8. You're looking for 85. Good. And then go ahead and turn base here.
Turning base.
Good. Go flaps 20 and look for the same downline, so just don't let it change.
We're inside the white. Yeah, we're inside the white. Flaps 20.
Good. And you're just holding what you got. Don't let the airplane do anything funny on you. Good. And that should be about 75. We'll pitch up a little bit. There you go. This is where you ask yourself high or low, and you're a little high, so I go flaps full.
Inside the white, flaps full.
Good. The final approach is clear.
A lot of birds.
Yeah, there's a garbage dump somewhere.
Wow.
Good. All right, now you're looking for 65, so don't dive at the runway. Just, yeah, that's good. Yeah, control your airspeed. Take what you get. That's why we're here. We got plenty of runway. So glide at 65 and land wherever it lands.
Okay.
Well, the more important thing I think would be to play with that. Yeah, play with that slip where the rudders are going to keep the nose straight. That's too much rudder because the nose is pointed over there. That's enough. Just right there. It's real subtle.
I see.
Like that. Super subtle and a little left bank. That's it.
I see.
There. Now don't let it land. It's counterintuitive. It's good. Let it come down a little bit. You're about 50 feet up. You want to move left, so it's left aileron. Like this, left aileron, and a little right rudder that'll move you left, and then stop it, right? And then you're back toward the center.
All right, flaps up.
Flaps up. Full power.
Full power.
Keep that wing down.
Pipeline 24, traffic as traffic for 200.
Like you're not going anywhere.
Pipeline. Traffic.
November 6 Romeo Alpha, as soon as able, turn crosswind traffic 3 miles north of the airport to 1,100 to Tabaria, transitioning the 880.
We're looking.
Is that it? Go ahead.
Insight. We got that traffic in sight now, 106 Romeo Alpha.
Thank you.
Pipeline 24 traffic, 1 o'clock, 2 miles, crosswind to downwind to Cessna 700 has you in sight.
Keep going this way for a second.
We've got the traffic inside as well, pipeline 24.
He's coming up on your 1 o'clock. We're about the same altitude.
So are we going to follow him?
We're going to get a little higher and just be over him. So, but yeah, you can go ahead and turn downwind now.
Yeah. Cessna 6 Romeo Alpha, just make a left 360 back to the downwind so I can get the pipeline inspection done and then report.
Just left 360.
Yep, left 360 back to downwind.
Left 360 back to downwind, 106 Romeo Alpha.
Good, and back down to 1,000, please.
Pipeline 24 traffic at Boeing 737 on a mile final for runway 30. Contact Oakland Tower on 127.2. Good day.
Traffic inside and over to Oakland Tower 127.2. Thanks, Pipeline 4.
So we just make a 360 and then go back in that direction, right?
Yeah, and keep descending to 1,000, that's correct. I only have a couple more of these in me, dude, I'm sorry.
No problem. So the difference in a side slip and a front slip is just more rudder on the front slip?
6 Romeo Alpha, runway 28
Let me show you something here.
28 right, cleared for the option, 106 Romeo Alpha.
Let me do a demo here. So at 1,000, I'm going to go to, and I'll keep it as fast as possible. A little bit of a crab angle here because we have winds out of the south.
I see.
We're at 2,200 feet, which is, or 2,200 RPM, which is giving us about 105 knots-ish. I'm going to do this a little early, just to expedite this, but in the power off approach, at the abeam position, like abeam the touchdown, you want to go power to idle.
Yep.
You hold the nose just for a second, otherwise it'll fall, and really you want to slow down. Below 110, flaps 10,
yep.
And then you just sort of look for a downline. The ideal downline is 85 knots, so set something and see where you end up, about 85. All right. At Oakland, we can turn base pretty much over the golf course. So we're going to go base here. I'm pulling back to slow down to 75 and inside the white arc, flaps 20. Yep. I'm going to leave flaps there for this. We're going to do a low approach. I'm going to give it back to you on final.
Okay.
Trim a little bit. On the base leg, I want to kind of look high, low, fast, slow. I also want to check final approach, do a gumps check. Gas is on both. Undercarriage is welded. Mixture is rich. A forward slip is the same as a side slip, only it's more rudder and less aileron. So a forward slip is like this, like as much rudder as I can manage, but using ailerons to fly in a straight line, right? And it gets me a big rate of descent. Jeez. Whereas a side slip is super subtle.
Right.
So here's where we're going to do side slips together. This is going to be a low approach, and then I'll give it back to you. We're going to intentionally line up with the wrong side of the runway.
Yep.
All right, come on the flight controls. I'm going to do power, though, because it's kind of a lot to manage. In a side slip, you want to point the ailerons the way you want the airplane to go and just stop the nose from coming.
Wow.
See how we go sideways?
Yep.
Notice I'm not doing some extreme angle. I'm just using rudder to keep the nose down the runway.
Right.
Back in the other direction, point the ailerons the way you want to go, and just use rudder as necessary to keep the nose pointed down the runway. Okay, you got all the controls except power.
Okay.
So point the airplane, don't pitch up. Don't pitch up. Point the airplane the way you want to go, and just use enough rudder, a little more rudder. See how you're going sideways?
Wow.
Good. A little more rudder, a little more aileron. Good. That'll move you sideways.
Okay.
Good. Back to the right. Okay, careful. Your nose is that way. So good. That's it right there. Your nose is perfectly down the runway.
Okay. We ready to take off?
Yep. So then go around. Those are side slips. You see the difference?
Yep.
Okay.
Flaps up.
Yep.
All right, what do we need to tell tower?
Let's go around again. Let's just give you another shot at it, and then we'll probably head out of here.
Okay. Yeah, that side slip technique is pretty tricky.
It is. I mean, you get the hang of it. I think really thinking about it, like the ailerons point you where you want to go, and the rudder just stops the nose from following is the key.
Okay, we're gonna go under 110, flaps 10. At the down line.
Good.
Am I good to turn in yet?
Yep, go ahead anytime over the golf course.
Side the white, look like we're gonna go to 20.
Good. Pretty high here, you can probably just go full.
Full flaps inside the white.
But you're high enough that when you turn the corner here, you should probably just try a forward slip. I mean, it can't hurt, so, you know, get lined up with the runway. Don't dive at it, that's what everybody wants to do, so still control your airspeed. It's the only way to get down there.
Okay. Try the forward slip?
Yeah, so with the forward slip, bring your wings level here for a second. This is totally different. This is rudder all the way to the floor. Good, all the way to the floor. More, good, and pitch, yeah, good. So now, see how you're going straight?
Wow.
You're using ailerons just to go straight. That's very different than the side slip, which is, it's like semantics. Yeah, that's a side slip right there, right? Yep. A little more rudder. Good. Now, if you just do this and sort of pretend you don't want to land, really hold it off. Look all the way down the runway. Slowly bring it down, a little side slip to the left. Good pull. Good pull, pull. All right, we're kind of, I gotta come on because we're coming off the runway, but anyway, that's why Oakland's cool. It's a wide enough runway, we can do that.
Okay.
All right, and then full power. Tower for 106 Romeo Alpha, we'd like a VFR back to San Carlos.
November 6 Romeo Alpha, roger, make a right 270 to the runway 30 numbers, then the midspan of the San Mateo Bridge. Maintain VFR at or below 1,400.